Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I'll be giving you my Libra February 2020 horoscope forecast, part 2 of 2. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Anyway, well, first thing up is as far as February goes, Mars will be in Sagittarius from the 1st until the 16th. So the third house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, this could be a time where you might have a very strong abundance and abundance of mental and physical energy at this time, Libra. It might be you might be doing a lot of sports related activities, outdoor related activities with neighbors, with cousins, with siblings at this time. It could be a time too where the situation with siblings, cousins, neighbors, people from your early education perhaps may be more contentious and acrimonious than usual. There may be arguments over philosophical differences, religion, the law, even sports debates in some cases. Now, uh, this could be a time too, Libra. If you are unattached, you may connect with a Sagittarius Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies a Sagittarius characteristics. Maybe for a sexual liaison, it might be somebody that you knew from your early education. It could be a neighbor, somebody that might be prominent in short journeys. And speaking of short journeys, be careful this time because there might be greater propensity for accidents due to perhaps reckless actions, impulsive movements, since we're talking about Mars and Sagittarius energy. Next thing up. Well, Mars will be in Capricorn as far as February goes from the 16th until the 29th. So the fourth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, situation with home, family members, people you're close to home with may be more contentious and acrimonious than usual. There may be political arguments, matters connected with the government. It might be over authority issues. It could be arguments that are just very serious at this time, since we are talking about Capricorn energy, and arguments over responsibilities to the home, perhaps. Could also be a time too, if you're unattached this time, Libra, you may connect with a Capricorn Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Capricorn traits, and it may be somebody that you may feel very close to home with. It could be somebody that you might meet through a home or family member. It could also be somebody that might figure prominently in that latter or end part of life. Now, it could also be about a lot of energy and vitality injected into planning, really planned energy, premeditative energy, very strong for the latter or end part of life, planning for your retirement years at this time if you're not currently in them. And also a lot of this is also at this time, Capricorn energy is just very methodical, very systematic, and it could be like a lot of, or just a lot of methodical actions and planning in matters with your home. Could be with home renovation in some cases, but at this time as well, it could also be a time where you might be it could be angry at some Capricorn qualities you may have at the core, such as perhaps being overly pessimistic, um, or perhaps overly conservative or orthodox. Anything that could be adverse, that could be Capricorn related. So anyway, next thing up. Well, Jupiter will be in Capricorn still, so the fourth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, this could manifest in a number of ways. And as I've spoken about in previous videos, Jupiter could be rather paradoxical, could be very strongly benign and benevolent, but could also have a tendency to enlarge and expand. Now, in some cases, this can enlarge and expand responsibilities, restrictions, limitations, even depressive energy in one's home, family life, people you're close to home with. It could be in matters with your expressing maybe your traditions, and even at this time as well. It could also be enlarging responsibilities to that latter or end part of your life at this time. It could be enlarging a lot of premeditation for that period if you're not already in the latter or the end part of your life at this time. Now, at the same time, Jupiter, of course, is very fortuitous. It could also be very auspicious and positive for enlarging a family through very conventional, orthodox means and very methodical, systematic Capricorn-like fashion. But it could also be at this time where it could also be very good, very auspicious for that latter or end part of your life as far as planning and premeditating, as far as it goes for your retirement years, perhaps, and also too for expressing jocularity in the home as well. It could be a lot of like dry, like kind of Capricorn like humor at this time can be expressed more readily in one's home life. It could also be very positive for through publishing through the home, and also through getting in touch with your roots and your ancestry through very methodical means. And anyway, and also exuberantly in some cases expressing Capricorn-like traditions. It could be something connected with the government or something with information technology, anything, or doing something with structure, such as putting like those little die casts, those model cars together, those ones you super glue, or what have you, mountain climbing in some isolated cases. So anyway, next thing up. Well, Saturn will still be in Capricorn, so the fourth house as well will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, this could be a time for you, Libra, where you may be dealing with a sickly or debilitated home or family member. It could be something Capricorn related, such as something with the knees, the bones, the joints, the hamstrings, and making you feel somewhat despondent and melancholy. It could also be a time where you might be dealing with more restrictions, more limitations, more so than usual in your home, your family life, and also there might be some depression or feeling despondent at who you are at the core in some cases. It could be a time, hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. But anyway, this could be a time too where you may be dealing with, this is a time, again, about taking a lot of responsibilities in your home, your family life, and also, given that this is fourth house to your emotional security, there might be some restrictions and limitations you may be dealing with as far as this goes at this time for you, Libra. And it could be a time to also, you might be dealing with delays in some home related matters, such as whether it's remodeling or renovating a home. And also at this time that older people might be figuring more prominently in your emotional security, in your home life, and really and also maybe people that you're close to home with. It could be maybe Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Capricorn related matters. So anyway, well, the next thing up is Uranus will be in Taurus still. So at this time, the eighth house as well will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, this could manifest in a number of ways. This could be, in some cases, where this could be about some isolated cases dealing with some unusual surgery or something connected with Uranus that's surgical, such as something with the ankles or the shins at this time. In some cases too, this could also be about dealing with unusual, stubborn, obstinate behavior from somebody you're in an intimate or sexual relationship with. It could be a time too where friendships, they could be Taurus friendships, Taurus Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Taurus characteristics might figure more prominently in your in making a major change or transformation, crisis situations, moral, emotional, monetary support, and whether they're more beneficial or more to your detriment, a lot of that could be predicated and dependent on aspects that are made to points in your chart. A sextile trine your natal Jupiter, they might be more auspicious, but an adverse aspect to your natal Saturn, they might be more causing some limitations, sorrow, and grief, perhaps in these matters. So anyway, in another way, this might manifest and pan out for you Libras, that this could also be about getting some kind of unanticipated inheritance, and or it might be something where you get a lot more than you anticipated, or even a much smaller amount than you anticipated, because Uranus, of course, could be about very unpredictable energy, and you might be dealing with some unusual, unpredictable energy in matters with credit cards at this time, or some kind of it might be some unanticipated tax break or insurance situation you may be dealing with as well. So anyway, next thing up. Well, Neptune will be in Pisces still, so the sixth houses will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, no, this can manifest in a number of ways. This could be a time for you, Libra. We may be dealing with some Neptune, like health-related issues. It can be something connected with the feet, the toes, the lymphatic system. It might be something due to drugs or alcohol, even an inadvertent chemical assimilation in some cases. It could also be a time too where fellow employees, people in your daily routine, your health life, even people you may render service to may be a little bit more nebulous and unclear, more so than usual. Might be more deceptive and duplicitous than usual at this time as well. And even an aunt and uncle may be like this at this time. So anyway, and also too, in a positive end, this could manifest in doing something Neptune Pisces related as far as work employment goes. It could be doing something connected with the metaphysical, which includes astrology, poetry, dancing, photography, chemistry, oceanography, something with water, anything that could be Neptune related, something with special effects, illusion. But another thing about this, though, is that when you're talking about Neptune energy, it could show where one can be a little bit, more lackadaisical and lethargic than usual, and where one may feel more like daydreaming and fantasizing as opposed to doing and taking action on. And given that we're talking about the sixth house, this could be, matters with work, health, employment, and especially, there could be a greater propensity for this, especially as far as daydreaming and fantasizing as opposed to doing, especially if this is making an adverse aspect to one's natal Mars, Sun, or Ascendant at this time, saying if it's making an inconjunct to one's Ascendant. So anyway, people, last but not least, Pluto will be in Capricorn still, so the fourth house as well will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. I know a lot of you don't want me to say the dreaded D word, but I'm going to anyway. In some cases, this could manifest in the actual or literal death of a home or family member, someone you're close to home with. It could be a time too where you might, where your home life might be obliterated at this time. But remember that Pluto is also about rebirth, revival, regeneration. So if something goes away with Pluto, it may often be revived, or it might come back as far as being supplanted with something else. But at the same time, this could also be about the transformation of one's home at this time. You might be involved with a lot of renovating and rebuilding of a home at this time. And could also be a time too where you should guard against power struggles with home family members, the less dominant parent, which is often the mother. And you may also be involved in very deep research in terms of your roots, your ancestry, really trying to get to the bottom of some mystery perhaps in these matters. So those are some ways this could pan out. It could also be about doing something Plutonian related at home. It could be something with recycling, or something with astrology, the occult, supernatural, something with transformation, such as rebuilding engines, transforming rebuilding cars at this time, so, or something with insurance. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for my Libra February 2020 horoscope forecast part 2 of 2, and stay tuned next time where I will be giving you my Scorpio February 2020 horoscope part 1 of 2. Until next time, people, stay well.